Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. I'm Lady Rose of Goddess Garage, and today I'm here to talk about a new deck that I got in the last few weeks, and it's actually a really cool deck that I wanted to share with you. I love doing the deck reviews. I've gotten great feedback saying, I have a lot of decks up there that I've reviewed, that I've shown to people, and it's a great way to kind of decide whether you want to buy the deck, because some of these decks, they can get pricey, especially, those of us that are addicted to buying the decks. It's kind of like potato chips. You can't have just one. So it's a great way to kind of see what the deck's like. I do go into the energy of the deck, how the deck is presented physically, but also what the energy around a deck is. And my thing is that I don't show you all the cards. I show you enough so you get a feel for the cards, so you do see quite a few, but I don't just flip through and show you the entire deck. I leave some of it as a surprise for you, because when I purchase a deck, I want to discover what this deck is about. I want to see cards maybe I didn't see in the interview or the review of it, that sort of thing. Now, speaking of interviews, it's always a good idea, in particular with your tarot decks, to have an interview with it. So what you do when you're interviewing your tarot deck is you you don't use it right out of the box. So don't take it out, don't get it purchased and say, oh, I just got this in, who wants a card pull, and can I do someone's reading for them? Because it's kind of almost rude. Because tarot has a way of being a part of you. Like when a tarot deck bonds with you, it knows your energy, you know how to use this deck, you're very sort of familiar and intimate with it. So when you first get a tarot deck, it's always good for you to do card pulls just to see what it's like. You're not doing card pulls to see, what you need to hear or whatever. You're doing card pulls because you're saying, what is this deck like? What does it want to share with me? Like this one, I pulled the Queen of Pentacles. This is my working deck, so it's not a new deck by any means. This is not the one I'm reviewing, but I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because I've been asked about interviewing tarot decks. Now you can do a spread, you could do a Celtic spread, but really any spread that you do with your new tarot deck is an interview of what are you like as a tarot deck. What do you like to do? What's your favorite suit? That sort of thing. Because tarot decks have, a feel for them. Show me what your energy is all about. And you just do a spread. You could do a 3-card spread. You could do a full Celtic cross if you wanted to. You could just pull 9 random cards and just see what the story of this tarot deck is all about. I do have a video about bonding tarot decks to you, and like I said, you're not supposed to read a deck straight out of the box. Oracle cards are a little bit different, but tarot definitely needs to know who is going to be working it and who's going to be using the deck. So by doing the interview with your tarot deck, you are letting the tarot deck know who you are as well. I know people have said, I don't understand, this tarot deck isn't working for me, I'm not connecting, blah, blah, blah. I've knocked on it. Knocking on it is a way of waking it up. It's not a way of cleansing it fully. So saging, incense, definitely. In the moonlight, you could do in the sunlight as well. Of course, be wary of weather conditions if you're actually doing it outside. You could sprinkle a little salt on it to cleanse it, that sort of thing. Definitely you should cleanse it as soon as it comes out of the box, but you're connecting with it not right away. I mean, right away you might see, oh, this is really cool, that's really cool, but really a true connection takes 21 days. And I explain all of that in my How to Bind to a Tarot Deck video. So please look that up, because I've been asked a lot of questions, and a lot of people have been telling me I just can't seem to connect. So onwards and upwards to the deck I am reviewing. Now this is an Oracle deck. It's Divine Doors. So when I went to Prague a couple of years ago, I couldn't get over all the doors. I loved the doors. I was taking pictures of doors because it was all like sort of medieval, that sort of thing. So it's a really cute little deck. As you can see, it's not huge like as far as size goes. So just to compare, this is the Gilded Tarot deck, right? And this is divine doors. So it's a little bit smaller. So it's a bit of a smaller deck as far as size of cards. It's done by Andres and Garcia. Hope I'm saying that right. And it says, behind every door lies adventure, mystery, and inspiration. And I love doors. I love keys. I love doors. So when I saw this come up, I was like, oh yeah, I need this. And I knew exactly how I was going to incorporate this deck into my readings. So it's 40 cards long. And it's all like real doors in real life kind of thing. I like the box. It could be just a smidge bigger because the deck is just like, there's always like, once you get it into the box, and I'm not sure if you saw, but it fell off camera. When I get the deck into the box, let me get it back in there. Now it's tight fitting, but this first card isn't quite in there. So that's my only critique of this. It's a magnetic closure. I like that. But sometimes if it doesn't quite stick because the deck is just like a millimeter thicker than the actual box, sometimes a card will fall out. So just be mindful of that. See there, I just tapped it a little bit and the first couple of cards fell out. So just be mindful of that if you do get this deck, that the box is not great at holding the cards themselves, but it is a cute little box as well. So then, like I said, I go through some of these cards. So there's all kinds of various doors. Which one? Wait, is this one? This. And a lot of them are nice big old doors, right? Lots of doors. So if you're into doors, definitely this is a deck that would be worth it for you. Trying to get it so there's not too much glare. Lots of doors, like I said. This one's a big old wooden door. Now some of them are archways. So this is just an archway. There you go, there's a little less glare there. So you can see it better. This one appears to go into some rock formation. There's rock up above and greenery. Another archway. So you're going up those stairs through that archway, should you choose that deck, or that card, I mean. I'm not sure where this is going, but this looks interesting. Lots of branches growing and trees growing around this particular door. This one is kind of a strange path of sorts. So there's another one. It's just a long path. Here's another sort of archway door. There's not an actual door on it. This again is a gated archway. There's a full moon back there. What else do we have? There's another cool door. Now I have to say I prefer the doors, the true, like this is a doorway kind of thing, like if I had to pick one. There's also lots of archways, but I feel my clients actually like some of the archways. This is a nice picket fence leading into what looks like a lovely garden. So what I've done with this deck is I will get someone to pick, you know, a certain number of cards, anywhere from 3 cards to 7 cards, more than 1 card though. I usually get them to pick more than 1 because what I do, I've been sort of doing this at the beginning of a reading or whatever kind of thing. And I asked them, like my last client I did this morning, I laid out actually 7 cards and I got her to pick 7. And then I laid out the 7 that she picked and I said, which door do you want to go through? So it's kind of a neat little thing that you can add into any reading, whether it's tarot or oracle, it doesn't really matter. But I really like the idea of giving your client a choice of which door do you want to go through. It's kind of like a game show, right? But it's also like life, right? So some of the messages, like for instance, on this one, the message is passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. I actually really like the messages on all these too. There's another one, and the message with this one is begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now and here. So that's a kind of a cool one. Let's see what this one is. So there's this one that's I'm going to be reading. So it's more of an archway. Offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows, share more than expected, and see love come around. Always a good reminder, right? And they're like I said, they're nice little sayings and inspirational kind of messages. And each client that has picked a door, it always seems to fit. So it's a very accurate deck. It's very much like my Guardian Angels deck that I did a review for this deck, the heart-shaped one. This one, very accurate. It's always like, oh yeah, okay, that's bang on. This one has been proving to be quite accurate as well. Now there's that's the one we saw earlier where you're going up the stairs. So the message on this is heart healing. Mourning now has had its time. Do not pay it a single dime, which I kind of like that they put dime in with mourning or grieving is what this card is about. Because when you see dimes, you know that your ancestors are around or someone who's recently passed is around. Emerge from the darkness, a new day starts. Let light embrace the healing heart. And that's what we're doing when we're grieving. We're healing our heart. We're healing the loss that we're feeling. Now this one, we've got this particular doorway here. And this one is Jude's Song, a reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases, because St. Jude is the Jude of lost causes, right? So if things look very dire and there's no way out, then pray to St. Jude. He will make it happen. My mother named my brother after St. Jude. So one of his middle names is Jude because she was caught in a fire and when she was pregnant with my brother, and she thought for sure, this is it, I'm going to lose my baby. She prayed to St. Jude and she got out of the fire safe and sound, and my brother was also safe and sound because he's still with us today. So St. Jude is the patron saint of lost causes. So a reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. Interesting. Like that one. All right, we'll do another one here. Okay, so it's a nice blue door. Can you see the light there? Nice blue door. The nice knocker on it. It says, Secret Sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. I like that. There's cute little, messages, and they're quite inspirational as well. Let's see what this one is. This one's talking to me. Oh, so there's an archway with a beautiful sunset. The message, of course, is sunset. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as the sunlight burns. So those are some of the examples of messages. Like I said, it's 40 cards, so it's a good sized deck. And I love adding this to any tarot reading. Whether I like to do it at the beginning, because of course at the beginning you are going through a door of any reading. How's your life going to change? So this is just kind of a nice little sampler. It's sort of an amuse-bouche as far as tarot and oracle are concerned. Which door would you like to go through? And I find every client that I've had really enjoys picking their door. And you could do this for yourself. I've done this for myself where I've laid out cards like, 3, 4, 5 cards, whatever. And I look at them all and I try to decide which door would I like to go through today. So you could do this as, a daily, weekly, monthly pull, kind of see what the theme of whatever time period you're putting on it kind of thing. So if you would like to purchase this deck, Divine Doors, then you can go to the comment section, or not the comments, the description section of this video. I have a link there. By clicking through there and making any kind of Amazon purchase, you are helping to support me to be able to do more of these tarot reviews, as well as all my other YouTube videos that I put up. And I've got my links down there as far as where you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, and my Etsy store. Obviously I don't have my YouTube because you're here. But like I said, you know, please click through if you want to add this to your collection. If there's a deck you've been looking at and you'd like it to be reviewed, please let me know in the comments section. Or if there's a deck that you have that you've really loved doing that maybe I would like to review just for my own interest sake. I'm working through my collection. I have a pretty extensive collection of tarot and oracle cards. I'm always looking for new ones though. I always love new, especially new strange kind of decks. Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear back from you. Okay, thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy this deck should you decide to add this to your collection. And find me on Facebook or Instagram and let me know you're around. Okay, have a great day. Bye.